The Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is an ongoing territorial dispute between Armenia and Azerbaijan over the Nagorno-Karabakh region, which is located in the South Caucasus. The conflict began in the late 1980s and early 1990s as the Soviet Union was collapsing. Nagorno-Karabakh is a mountainous region that is predominantly inhabited by ethnic Armenians but is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan. As the Soviet Union began to break up, the region's Armenian population sought to break away from Azerbaijan and join Armenia, while Azerbaijan sought to maintain its territorial integrity. In 1991, Nagorno-Karabakh declared independence from Azerbaijan, and a war broke out between the two sides that lasted until a ceasefire was declared in 1994. Since then, the conflict has remained unresolved, with occasional outbreaks of violence. The conflict has caused significant human suffering, including the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people and the loss of thousands of lives. It has also had a destabilizing effect on the region, with both Armenia and Azerbaijan accusing each other of supporting terrorism and engaging in other destabilizing activities. The Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is a complex issue that has historical, ethnic, territorial, and political dimensions. The region has been the subject of contention between Armenia and Azerbaijan for decades, with both sides claiming a legitimate right to the territory. The conflict is rooted in the historical tensions between the Armenian and Azerbaijani communities. In the early 20th century, the region was part of the Russian Empire, and both Armenians and Azerbaijanis lived there together. However, tensions between the two communities erupted into violence in the late 1980s as the Soviet Union began to collapse and nationalist movements emerged in the region. In 1988, Nagorno-Karabakh's regional parliament voted to secede from Azerbaijan and join Armenia. This move was rejected by Azerbaijan, which led to a military conflict between the two sides. By 1994, the conflict had escalated into a full-scale war, which resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people and the deaths of tens of thousands. A ceasefire was signed in 1994, but the conflict has remained unresolved, with occasional outbreaks of violence. The situation is further complicated by the involvement of external actors including Russia, Turkey, and Iran, who have their own interests in the region. The conflict has had a significant impact on the region's economy and infrastructure. The blockade imposed by Azerbaijan and Turkey on Armenia has severely limited the country's access to trade and resources. The conflict has also hindered regional cooperation, contributing to instability in the South Caucasus. Numerous attempts to negotiate a peaceful settlement to the conflict have been made over the years, including mediation efforts by the OSCE Minsk Group. However, a lasting resolution has not yet been achieved, and the situation remains tense. There are several major obstacles that have prevented a peaceful resolution to the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. These include: 1. Territorial disputes. The core issue of the conflict is the status of Nagorno-Karabakh, which is recognized internationally as part of Azerbaijan but is predominantly inhabited by ethnic Armenians who have declared independence. Azerbaijan demands the return of the territory, while Armenia and Nagorno-Karabakh seek recognition of the region's independence or its integration into Armenia. Finding a solution that satisfies both sides' territorial claims has proven difficult. 2. Ethnic tensions. The conflict is fueled by long-standing ethnic tensions between Armenians and Azerbaijanis. The two communities have a history of violence and distrust, making it challenging to build trust and confidence between the parties. 3. Military balance. Both Armenia and Azerbaijan have invested heavily in their military capabilities since the 1994 ceasefire, which has led to a militarization of the conflict. Both sides have the ability to inflict significant damage on the other, creating a fear of renewed conflict. 4. Displacement and refugees. The conflict has resulted in the displacement of hundreds of thousands of people, many of whom have been unable to return to their homes. The issue of refugees and internally displaced persons (IDPs) is a significant obstacle to achieving a lasting peace settlement. 5 external actors. Several external actors, including Russia, Turkey, and Iran, have interests in the region and have supported one side or the other in the conflict. These external actors have often complicated efforts to resolve the conflict by pursuing their own interests. 6. Lack of trust. The lack of trust between the parties has been a significant obstacle to finding a peaceful resolution. Previous attempts to negotiate a settlement have failed, and both sides remain deeply suspicious of each other's intentions. Addressing these obstacles will require significant political will and compromise from both sides, as well as constructive engagement from the international community.